Max Verstappen took one step closer to the World Championship this year in 2024 with a sprint race victory in Austin, Texas. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Racing. And yes, Max Verstappen has picked up the win. But the good news for Lando Norris is he picked up the win in the sprint race and not the actual race. So therefore, a lot less points up for grabs. Max Verstappen came home in first. He got the win in just over half an hour. That gets him 8 points. Lando Norris was second for the majority of the race. He was closing down on Max, but towards the end, his tyres went off. He was getting caught by the Ferraris. He ended up being caught by one of them. He was lucky not to get caught by both, so he stayed on the podium just 7/10 in front of Charles Leclerc, but only picked up 2 points less than Max. So not a massive difference, and of course every point could matter. Lando Norris would have wanted to finish in front of Max, but if you're going to lose to Max, then it's much better to lose to him here. Because if this happens in the actual race, if Verstappen finishes first with Norris down in third place, that's going to be 10 points. Max Verstappen gains over Norris, and Norris just simply cannot afford to lose that. So if you're going to lose it in points, if you're going to finish behind Max, it's much better to do it in the sprint race, where there is less points being shared out. But the full order: Max, Sainz, Lando, Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Magnussen and Hülkenberg getting the last of the points position. So the Haas boys doing really well. And I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Perez, really poor down in 9th place. A really bad race as well for Oscar Piastri. Good for Haas though. Magnussen and Hülkenberg picking up points for their team. Really good day for them. Outside of the top 10, you had Shinoda, Colapinto, who I think deserves a drive for next season. Not sure whether he will be getting one, but he's definitely somebody in the future that I think can be on the grid. You got Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Liam Lawson, who came into the RB and didn't look that great, but it is only one little sprint race. You had Albon, then Fernando Alonso, who just went backwards, and the Saubers at this point that we know absolutely suck. So yeah, that is how the sprint race finished. Obviously, we'll have the qualifying for the main race later on tonight, the race tomorrow, looking forward to it. And yeah, I think we will know, guys, I think we'll know by the end of Sunday night if Lando Norris can realistically still win the title. Of course, no matter what happens, Norris will be able to mathematically catch Verstappen. However, we're talking realistic here, and if Max Verstappen finishes ahead of Norris in the actual race, if he wins, even if Norris has finished second to Max, that's another 7 points. That would be 9 points in total. Max would have took out Norris going into this weekend, when in reality, you would argue it needs to be the opposite. It needs to be Norris taking about 9 points off Max if he wants to keep his title hopes alive. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the race. We'll see what happens in qualifying. Looking forward to it. But Norris needs to respond, and not only does he need to respond, he needs the Ferraris to be competitive, he needs the Mercedes to be competitive, and he needs his teammate Oscar Piastri to finish between himself and Max Verstappen, because he needs to take out points for Max, and just finishing one position ahead of Max ain't going to be enough. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you for the qualifying and the race. Till then, though, peace.